quite some good news in the commodities markets and some bad news. Then, of course, we always have what you call the burning issues. And the team that puts this together for us, the research analysts, a group of economists and others at Financial Derivatives Company. One of them is here in the studio this morning, Bola Le Olutosin. Good morning. Good morning. It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
We missed that conversation last week, Thursday.
Yeah.
Now we've got to have it. Since last week, a couple of things have happened. We've seen Naira dollar a little bit soft. Then it looks like we haven't really done much from the energy side of things, electricity to be precise. So in terms of what do you consider, you and your team consider as the key burning issues? I know number one is the return of the president. What else is on your list?
Okay, so briefly, the burning issues for today, the Naira has actually weakened in the parallel market to about 370 Naira per dollar. And the CBN has made huge injections in the forex market from last week for about $464 million. And we've also seen power supply increase marginally to by about 64 megawatts to slightly above 3,000 megawatts per hour. We've also seen that there has been a shortfall of paid and received invoices or payments between the NBET, Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading Company, and the DISCOs we have in the country. And we've also seen oil price increase marginally to about $52 per barrel, and oil production has remained the same at about 1.75 million barrels per day. So those are the key burning issues. And looking at the specific burning issues that actually affect or directly affect the commodities markets, let's go back to the exchange rate. So we've seen the exchange rate in the parallel market depreciate despite the huge inflow of money by the central bank into the market. So it's questionable. It's like we've been brought here so far. Like if you compare average exchange rate from last year up until now, we had seen huge appreciations. Even compared to last quarter, we had seen the parallel market increase to about average rate to increase to about 360 Naira per dollar. But now we've seen slight depreciations. And from our studies, from our research, we've seen that this quarter is the summer period, so there has been huge demand for forex. And we've also seen that despite this huge demand for forex, the market had only depreciated by a small amount, signifying that the forex inflows are actually still having an impact, but the directional flow is...
There's a demand pool.
There's a demand pool, right?
Because we're getting close to September.
Yes.
Schools are going to come back.
Exactly.
Folks are going to come back home. Folks are going to send some of their wards back to school overseas and what have you. So there's a bit of a demand, but will that be understandable? But again, if you look at the other side of the FX market is where we have the equities market. We've seen this very strong rally. If you look at the consumer goods space and look at the companies within that sector, those listed on the market, they've been enjoying this rally, as it were, over the last few periods. Do you think FX and general sentiments about let's grab some profits, let's take some dollars off the floor, if you want to use that expression very quickly? No one knows what no one knows tomorrow.
Yeah. So. We've had the rally, we've had that situation, but as of last week, the market closed, negative for the first time by about 3.4%.
And started negative yesterday as well.
Yeah, yesterday it closed about 0.91%. So what we understand is playing in the market. We have three drivers in the stock markets. We have the fundamentals, we have the sentiments, and the expectations. So we believe that it's expectations particularly that is driving the activities in the stock market. So most people feel, okay, the market has been oversold. We've sold, a lot of stocks. There had been, a buying euphoria which had been excessive. So this had, played in the market, and now a lot of people are pulling back. So the people buying are, the investors buying are waiting. They're having this wait and see approach, and those selling are selling out, quickly, which is having huge impact on the stock market.
Isn't that what market is all about?
Yeah, but
some sellers, some buyers.
Yeah, but we've seen that, the consumer goods, like you said, had actually, closed positive, which is great for commodity prices. We've seen the likes of Unilever, honey flour mills, they actually closed positive. So in any sense, we do expect, positive signals sent to through commodities, through reduction in commodity prices in the near future.
Some good news but fortunately today, you folks seems to balance things a little bit. Two pieces of good news, two pieces of bad news. One of the first good news is that the president is likely to fast-track the PIB and other initiatives. How much of this that you folks at FDC think that the president comeback should fast-track is really key as to do two things? Help consumer disposable income and help maintain price levels at a level at which folks can begin to look forward to the end of the year with some measure of optimism and the ability to celebrate.
Yes, so regarding his speech from yesterday, the key factor there was security. And it just seems like if we do focus on security, there could be economic, gains in actual fact from it, because without security, there are no economic gains. But at the same time, in the good news, it is likely that he should. But at the same time, we still have, the other side of it where he might not actually make a difference now that he's back. But we do expect that, in any case, the fact that he's missed so much for about 100 days or more than 100 days, we do expect that he would be more inclined to, fast-track some of these bills, the PIB bill, and other initiatives that he had missed out on. So and if he does, it will actually be good news for commodity prices.
It's always good to have the head of the family around.
Yes, exactly.
It's always good.
Yeah.
Folks children just look around and see the dad around, whether he's sleeping in the room or he's in the other bedroom, whatever it is. They just have a sense that he's around.
Yeah.
And it gives a bit of a confidence. It's a bit of a psychological thing in human being, isn't it?
It feels like we're now complete now that he's back.
That's the word.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for. We're now complete.
Yeah.
Now let's look at the bad news. You've talked a little bit about the Naira weakness and all of that, but I'm worried about the power situation. Do you think where we are now, as far as that is concerned, if you can put that page up on the screen from the production, that would be really good. The power generation analysis and the impact. And you talk about what is flowing between the Discos and NBET, which is the bulk trader for whatever is generated, and the payment looks like some money flow. There's a shortfall here, and this looks like very hefty amount. Estimated loss, 1.72. That's about trillion.
Yeah, well, no, 29.7, about 29 billion.